stand up and sing an opening song with us called Get Together. So let's get together.
Welcome to our Sunday celebration service. My name is Karen Allen, and I am one of your staff ministers here at the center. Woo! Yes, you are. And happy Memorial Day weekend. You know, this is the time when we as a country get to honor those people who have given their lives for our country. And so I just want to start with just a few moments of silence just to remember and to thank and to bless. It is also a time that I choose to honor those people who have served our country in the military. In some way, shape, or form, you have sacrificed your time, your energy, and we are grateful for you. So if you have served in our military, please stand and let it be acknowledged. Thank you all. Wonderful. And so, as we honor our veterans, as we honor everybody, we know that we are all expressions of that one divine presence. And so we begin our service with the lighting of the flames of faith, our call to service. When we perform this ceremony to promote the universal consciousness of life, which acknowledges that all peoples and all faiths, all sentient beings, come from the one great universal presence, which we call spirit. Fundamental to this truth is the unifying nature of all religious thought and experience, which we honor here today. We light the candle for the Tao, honoring the universal path of harmony and equilibrium, the natural way. We light the candle for the shamanic traditions, honoring the beliefs and practices of all indigenous peoples, the way of primal spirituality. We light the candle for Hinduism, honoring the path of knowledge, action, and devotion. We light the candle for Judaism, honoring the ethical path of living by sacred law. We light the candle for all forms of Buddhism, honoring the Four Noble Truths and the path of compassion. We light the candle for all forms of Christianity, honoring the Christ consciousness as the path of love. We light the candle for Islam, honoring the path of compliance with the will of God as the highest calling. We light the candle for the universalistic religion of Baha'i, honoring the path of unity and peace. We light the candle for all forms of New Thought, honoring the metaphysical path of mental healing through the practice of universal spiritual principles. And as practitioner Kathy Story lights the last candle, let it represent the path that brought you here this morning. And please join me in prayer, knowing that just as we have lit those candles, there are so many expressions of that one presence, that one power, that one light that animates all of life, that brings everything into fruition, that sustains all that is good. And I know that we are each its beloved expressions. We are each filled with that presence. No matter where we are, no matter what we are doing, we are that presence and expression. And as we move through this day, through this service, I know that each one here is open to the gifts of this service, the gifts of the message, the gifts of the music, the gifts of the fellowship. Everyone leaves here having received something amazing and having given back something in their consciousness that raises the vibration of this place and this planet. I know that we have come together in celebration of that presence that brings us everything we need, for it is already within us. That life, that love, that inner peace is already there. And I know that by means of this service, it is being revealed more and more. And I give great thanks for this truth, for this time together, and for the love that is shared by means of this congregation. And so I simply let go. I let it go into the law, knowing that it is already done. And please join me in saying, and so it is. And now I'd like to invite up to the platform Tony Sparks for our affirmation and our declaration.
Thank you. Good morning. Now we'll do the declaration. I believe in God, the one creative intelligence, operating through the universe and operating throughout my entire being, now and always. I believe this perfect spirit operates upon the law of mind and creates my experience exactly according to my belief. I believe this perfect creative intelligence can be used by me and by every other person to produce health, abundance, and love in mind, body, and total life experience. I use it now, and I rejoice in it, and so it is. And our affirmation for today. I put my attention on where I want my life to be, and so it is. And it is my pleasure now to introduce Melissa Suzanne, who is our soloist today. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. This song is called Be the Peace. One, two, three. When you open the door, somebody else, but they don't thank you for helping them out. Just keep a smile on your face. They might be going through some pain, and instead of being angry inside, just be the peace you want to see in the world. Sing it with me. Be the peace you want to see in the world. Yeah, yeah. All right, let's speed it up just a touch, guys. All right. You've been working hard, yeah, for what you need. But somebody comes along and takes your place. Just keep a smile and let it all go. There might be something that you don't know. And instead of being angry inside, all right, sing it with me. We say, be the peace you want to see in the world. One more time. Be the peace you want to see in the world. Yeah, and we can just go on complaining about what's wrong. But if you want us change, then why not start with you today? We're starting right now. You see, right now. We're starting right now. You see, right now. We're gonna be the peace. Let me hear you. Right now. Oh, you need. You say, right now. All over the world. Feel loud now. Now. Everybody. Right now. We're gonna start right now. What you gonna say? Yeah. Right now. We're gonna be the peace you want to see in the world. Let me hear you. Be the peace you want to see in the be the love. Be the love you want to see in the world. Be the joy. Be the joy you want to see in the world. Be the change you wanna see in the world.
Thank you, Melissa Suzanne. It was beautiful. You just did my talk. So, be the peace, be the love. Good morning. My name is Judy Chapman, and I'm the assistant minister here at the center. And I am here because Dr. Heather is at our annual retreat up at beautiful Lake Arrowhead. So I'm delighted to be here this morning. And I'm delighted we're having a 3-day weekend. I see some of you decided not to hit the road with the other 40 million people. And so I'm happy that you're here, because I am. And I'm sure we have everything all set up with the picnics and the barbecues and all the things we do on this holiday. The sales are unbelievable. Every car sales dealership has a sale. Sit and sleep, you can get a new mattress for a really good, yeah. I mean, I've been hearing them all week, come to Memorial Day sale, but is that what it's all about? No. It used to be called Declaration Day, and that was to honor the Union and the Confederate soldiers that died in the American Civil War. And then in the 1900s, it was changed to include all people, all the military who have sacrificed their life. So it wasn't just for the Civil War, it was all the other wars that have had, which are so too many to count. And then in 1967, they changed the name from Declaration Day to Memorial Day, and it was designated that it would always be on the last Monday of the month of May. So that's what we're honoring today. Those people that gave their life so that we can be here today, speaking the words we want to speak, doing the things we want to do without threat or fear. So I'm so happy that Reverend Karen, I had this whole thing about, honoring them. I'm so glad you did that. We honor those people that have served. Let's give them another hand, please. And now we'll have a video. Now we'll have a video.
And lower the lights.
First, this commercial.
Maybe have a joke? There we go.
This is a Memorial Day tribute to the unknown soldier. It was one of the pictures in there. It's a thank you. I do not know your name, although you were once a mother's son. She must have waited patiently for some word from you and for your safe return. Your race, your politics, your creed, they matter not to me, as you and the woman who let you go sacrificed everything for my liberty. A prayer of thanks, I say thank you for the mother who lost her son and for the rights I have that your sacrifice won. That was sent to me by the Paralyzed American Veterans. I get their notifications. So we will never forget, and we will always honor those that have died for our freedom. So this month's title is Awakening to Compassion. And you know, we're all born with compassion, but we have to develop it. You know, sometimes I know some people that are not very compassionate, and I'm thinking they need to, you know, get busy and start working on that. Reverend Arpad gave a talk on Wednesday called "Have You Been Through Hell?" And I told him afterwards, I said, "Can I take your notes and just, you know, do it on Sunday morning?" Because pretty much, if you don't have inner peace, and that's what I'm talking about today, if you don't have inner peace, you're pretty much going through hell. And he had us do a little exercise and says, "Please heal my fear-based thoughts." That's what it's all about, folks. And he had us do this. So I just wanted to thank him for inspiring me for this talk today. So when I was going to Sacred Days with Dr. Marcia Sutton, that was in the 90s, I went 7 times. And we did sacred covenants. And every time I did a sacred covenant, it was on peace. So I've been searching for that for a long time. Peace, peace of mind, inner peace. And when we have our ministers meeting, or if we have, you know, group meetings or leadership meetings, they always say, you know, "What do you want me to pray for you for, Judy?" And I would say, "Peace of mind. I would like to have some damn peace of mind." Okay. Yeah, which reminded me, the other day, I was, you know, trying to go within, get my peace, sitting there in the quiet, forgot to turn the phone off. Phone's ringing. It was my daughter, Carrie. She said, "What are you doing, Mom?" "I'm trying to connect with my inner peace, damn it." She said, "Well, you're not doing a very good job. Get back to it." But isn't that the way it is? We kind of go, you know, yes. So it's absolute, you know, the way the universe lines up for us is amazing. It always gives us exactly what we need to know and what we need to learn. So I have not had very much inner peace for the past several months. My grandson, who was a pro motorcycle racer, got in a horrific accident. And, you know, did a lot of praying for him, and he's doing great now. I have a granddaughter who's in her 20th rehab, and she's doing good. I have some problems with I have some friends that are going through some pretty drastic health challenges. So it's been difficult for me to solidify that inner peace. But I know what to do, and I know how to do it. But then when I saw that my topic was inner peace today, I was going, woohoo, you know, I get to do some more research. I get to be more, you know, because whatever you ask for, you get challenges for that. You know, if you're asking for patience, all kinds of things come in that make you practice being patient. If you're asking for, you know, lavish abundance, you know, it seems like, you know, all the money's gone. So that's the way it works. So we can move through it, and we learn through it. So the dictionary says that inner peace, or peace of mind, refers to a deliberate state of psychological or spiritual calm. And then here's the word, despite the potential presence of stressors. Despite that, it's still a spiritual calm. Being at peace is considered by many to be healthy and the opposite of being stressed or anxious. And it is considered to be a state where the mind performs at an optimal level with positive outcome. Yes, I like that. Peace of mind is generally associated with bliss, happiness, and contentment. How many can say they are sitting in this moment, bliss, happiness, and contentment? Or who would like to be? Okay, there we go. There we go. His Holiness, your song was perfect because this is exactly what I'm talking about, is be the peace, be the this. His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, emphasizes the importance of inner peace in the world. And his quote, "The question of real, lasting world peace concerns human beings, so basic human feelings are also at its roots. Through inner peace, genuine world peace can be achieved. In this, the importance of individual responsibility, there it is again, we're responsible for our actions. It's quite clear. In an atmosphere of peace must be created within ourselves first." We know all this stuff. It always begins with us. Our happiness is an inside job. Joy begins with us. Peace begins with us. Beauty begins with us. Love begins with us. It's never from the outside. I wish it was sometimes because, then you could pick and choose what you needed, like buy it off the shelf. But no, it's always from right within your heart, right within. Everything starts there. Dr. Holmes, who is the founder of the Science of Mind and the writer of our textbook, says this about prayer. "The secret of prayer and its power in the outward life depends upon an unconditioned faith and reliance upon this inner presence." So what is an unconditioned faith? That means trust in God. Surrender it, turn it over, let it go. That's what an unconditioned faith is. And have faith in the process. What's happening is happening for a reason. It's for our greatest good. Sometimes it doesn't look like it. It's very hard to see the pony in the middle of all that sometimes, Really, it's hard to see it, but it's there. It's there. So in my research for the talk today, I found 10 different great benefits for having inner peace. These are all the good things that if you have inner peace, this is good. So number 1, increased intelligence. It turns out that seeking peace helps you gain a greater intelligence and a stronger brain. So in Harvard, they did a study with 45 students, and they had them meditate for 20 minutes a day for 4 days a week, and their brain grew. Their actual frontal cortex grew when they did mindful meditation. So if you see people walking around with the head like this, you know that they've been meditating for years. But the actual brain grew. That was astounding to me. So that's number 1. Number 2, rewire your brain for positive feedback loops. So our natural human response to any stressful situation or chaos is fight or flight. And Reverend Bruce talks about this all the time, about our reptilian brain, and this is how we're wired. So we have to consciously train our mind to delete that and have a different pathway. So that's how the brain works. So every stressful situation, we feel the shot of adrenaline, and that's where we go to. That's our go-to place just because we're human, okay? But if we make a pathway to peace, we can create a situation where our natural response will be in a peaceful journey. So we don't have to do, we have evolved enough as beings that we don't have to do the fight or the flight anymore. We can be peaceful and go that way. So, and number 3 was to grow your compassion muscle. That's what I started off with earlier. Awaken to your compassion. And, you can grow that because like you say, I want to have friends. How do you have friends? You have to be the friend. I want to have love in my life. You have to be the love, and then that's what you'll attract. You want to have lavish abundance. Be that, act as if. So the Dalai Lama says that if you want others to be happy, practice compassion. But if you want to be happy, practice compassion. So, it's all in one. So number 4, a benefit of having inner peace is you have more happiness. Much more happiness if you're peaceful. The human brain has a tendency to emphasize the negative all the time. That's the go-to place. And by doing that, then it breeds more negativity. But when peace becomes your primary objective, and you hold that goal in mind, and peace is your focus, then it's possible for you to increase your happiness just by being conscious of that desire, just by thinking about it, just by doing it. Number 5 was protection against age-related mental decline. I really like this one. The brain that seeks peace is a brain that remains spry and sharp, regardless of your age. One study shows that 10 minutes of mindful meditation a day dramatically slows down the age declining process. 1 10-minute a day to meditate, to focus, to be at peace, to be quiet without all the outside stimulus. 10 minutes a day, and it stops the decline. Number 6 was improved digestion. And Reverend Karen and I were talking about it this morning. You get a gut feeling. The gut is a part of your nervous system. So when you are stressed out or anxious, it hits you here. So your stress is directly related to your digestive system. We all know this because when we get upset, either we eat a lot or we can't eat because our stomach hurts or something like that. So good digestion, of course, is essential for your optimum health and your well-being. So your gut acts, you've heard people say, what's your gut feeling about that? It's because your gut is your second brain. It really has the tendency to make you aware of things. So number 7 was increased focus and memory. By being present and allowing thoughts to pass that are not in alignment with peace or not in alignment with happiness or contentment, just let them go by. That brings better focus and memory. have so many distractions in this day and age. I mean, you know, before the cell phone, you know, I would go home from work, pick up my messages, and then, you know, talk to people. Today, it's sitting on my hip, and it rings 30 times a day, and now people expect you to respond to them within a half an hour, because if you haven't, because they know you've got your cell phone on you, and they know you saw that text, how come you didn't answer me? There's something wrong? You know, where are you? Yeah. Oh, yeah, so we are constantly, when we're trying to focus on something, we're constantly being interrupted, you know, all the time. So I know at work, I have like 5 different projects going at one time, you know. I'm doing the payroll, then we've got to do the deposit. Oh, well, somebody came in, they needed a check written, or the purchase order just arrived, we need to receive that. And it's like all day long. So unless we take the time to stop the craziness, get quiet, go into meditation, quiet our minds so that we can feel that inner peace. And when we do that, it helps our memory and it helps our focus on our projects. Number 8 was enhanced immune system function. So stress suppresses your immune system. You know, I've been to the doctor a couple times and said, you know, what's wrong? Well, I'm just stressed out. He goes, well, you know, your immune system is really low. So stress suppresses that. So peace of mind boosts it up. So you can boost up your immune system by training your brain, training your mind to let go of the negative thoughts and think good thoughts. You know, you have to program your brain to make new paths in the brain. I do it by affirmations. I'm constantly doing an affirmation. Whatever I need, I do an affirmation. You know, I just walk around. I'm at peace. You know, okay, if I'm feeling really crabby that day, I'm a joyful person. I'm happy. I just do affirmations to myself to get myself back on track. And then number 10, your thoughts create your reality. Oh, hello, do we know that? Our thoughts are things. What we think about, we bring about. So if we're thinking about stress and anxiety and chaos and drama, what we think about, we bring it about more. We can let that go with that unconditioned faith. Let it go and be at peace. So, we have heard about all the great things that inner peace can do for us, right? How do we get there? What's the path? How do we get there? So, inner peace is considered a state of consciousness or enlightenment that may be cultivated by various different forms of training. Many spiritual practices refer to this peace as an experience of knowing oneself or self-realization. Achieving inner peace or peace of mind is a step-by-step process. Jesus said you can have anything you want in a blink of an eye, and I do believe that. For me, it's taken step by step by step. So there are many ways to achieve inner peace, but one of the things that I was researching was called mindful meditation. And that means accepting and paying attention to your thoughts and feelings without judgment. We are so good at judging ourselves. You're not good enough, you're not tall enough, you're not wide enough, you're not smart enough, you're not enough. That monkey mind, that self-talk just is so damaging to us. So when that comes, you have to just go delete. Delete, delete, delete. Let it pass. So mindful meditation getting quiet and being at peace, focusing on peace, and letting all the other things just go. Another way is gratitude. Oh my God, gratitude, to me, is a biggie. Gratitude. If you are grateful for where you are in this moment, I don't care where it is, but you're grateful that there you are, and you give gratitude for that, it expands and grows. And I always say this, it's like the bonfire on the beach. You know, you've got this big bonfire going, and you have to feed it to keep it going, or it's going out. So I have a gratitude list, and I just, I have a piece of, paper, and I just add to it every day. Before I go to bed, I'm grateful for the things that happened that day. Maybe they weren't so good, but I was grateful for them because it made me learn something and made me move forward on my spiritual path. So gratitude, it's a biggie. That's a large part of creating your inner peace. And of course, prayer. Prayer, affirmative prayer. Not beseeching prayer, not begging prayer, but affirmative prayer. God is, I am, and then you declare what you know is already so. I declare that I am at peace. All is well in my world. I live in a friendly universe. I mean, whatever you want to declare, you declare that, and then you give thanks for that. And then the last step of affirmative prayer, step number 5, is what? Letting it go. Don't dig it back up again. Let it go. Turn it over to God and let it be at peace. Some people walk when they're stressed. My mother right here, she sometimes has to take 3 walks a day. But she walks, and it relieves your stress. My daughter Julie and Carrie, they exercise a lot. Carrie does the gym, Julie runs. Doing yoga is a wonderful stress reliever and a place to find inner peace. And they also have listed Tai Chi. Tai Chi is a beautiful one too. I have this prayer that I got from Unity, and it's about inner peace, and I wanted to share that with you. The spirit of peace radiates from within me. Turning within, I am centered in peace that covers every circumstance and concern. Every heartbeat sends a signal to my body and my mind. Peace, peace, peace. I relax in peace. And so it is. Amen. Yay. Thank you. Now I'm going to pray, and this is a prayer for peace of mind from our textbook from Dr. Ernest Holmes, and I thought it was a truly appropriate time to share it with all of you. So let us go within. Be still and know that I am God. I am the Christ, the Son of the living God within me. I am the principle of peace within me. I am the manifestation of love within me. My mind is poised in peace and in beauty. All sense of fear or doubt is gone. I rest in calm trust and rely on the law of spirit to bring good into my experience. I contend with none, argue with none, and I am filled with a wonderful peace and light. There is no uncertainty about my future and no fear as a result of my past. I live in an eternal now, which is filled with good alone. Goodness and beauty follow me. Peace and joy accompany me. Happiness and wholeness fill my entire being with the realization of love and perfection. For I am the Christ, the Son of the living God within me. This inner mind of mine is now divine and complete. It has no worries and it has no fears. It is whole, complete, and satisfied. I look back over all previous experience and I find that it was good and very good. I look towards the future and find that it is good and very good. I look at the present and I find that it is also good and very, very good. God is in all, over all, and through all. I am the Christ, the Son of the living God within me. I am the spirit of confidence. I am poised in love and reason. I am the perfect law of truth and the complete presence of beauty. I am the Christ, the Son of the living God within me. And please join me in saying, and so it is. And now Melissa Suzanne.
The song is called True Colors.
You with a sad
That was beautiful. You are beautiful. Another hand for Melissa. Another hand for Reverend Judy. Thank you. Thank you. Now I invite the ushers up. It's time for our tithes and our gifts and our offerings. So if you come forward. And please join me in saying our prosperity affirmation. My offering is my acceptance of God as the source of my supply and symbolizes my faith in the abundant flow of this supply. time to acknowledge our volunteers. You know, we here at the center would not be able to have a Sunday service without our volunteers. So if you have volunteered in the month of May, please stand up and be acknowledged. Thank you for your service, always. And practitioners, if you'd remain standing, these are the people who have been trained in prayer. And so if you'd like to change your life or improve your life or just simply have a prayer with somebody, we offer on Sundays a 1-minute miracle. So go back to the tables after the service and one of these people will serve you. And today is Kathy Story, Tony Sparks, and back in the back holding the high watch is Aiden Greeny. So let's acknowledge our practitioners too. And if you are here for the first time, we'd like you to stand and acknowledge you. Anybody here for the first time? We have a gift coming to you. Thank you all for being here. We welcome you to our service. And now, time for announcements.
I'm here today with insect expert Klaus Leafhopper, and we're exploring the universe of our six-legged friends. Klaus, I always get that confused. Is that etymology or entomology for the study of insects?
People who can't distinguish between etymology and entomology bug me in ways I cannot put into words.
I see what you did there. I hear you're at today's symposium presenting on an exciting new species that you've just discovered.
That's right. Right in this hall at noon, you can get a look at Conchusoptera conjunctipede.
That sounds interesting. What's unique about this species?
Well, for one, we have found examples of the species with as many as 9 to 12 pairs of arms and legs. And it appears there is no limit to how large the conjunctipede can grow.
Wow. If you'd like to join a small group discussion regarding the conjunctipede, join Mary Brogdon and others right here in the sanctuary after the service.
Oh, like a discussion, like, can we talk?
Funny you should mention that. This week at Wednesday's Wisdom at 7 o'clock, practitioner Dave Friedman asks that very question. Can we talk?
That Dave is so eloquent. He reminds me of Muhammad Ali. He floats like a lepidoptera, stings like a hymenoptera.
Speaking of butterflies, everyone is all aflutter now that the tickets are available for the Jewel Tone Choir's Spring Sing Hit Parade.
Oh, is there any Beatles music?
Sorry, no, not this year.
Oh, how about that famous Henry Mancini song about killing insects?
What song is that?
You remember? Dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant, dead ant.
No, it's a collection of the choir's greatest hits. Some of those songs from past shows are so good that people were sad they might never see them again.
Oh, like the elusive bluetail fly.
Sort of. The date for the show is Sunday, June 9th at 3 p.m. and tickets are $20 for general seating or $25 for VIP seating. Hans and Jamie will be in the back of the room so you can purchase tickets today. That sounds positively cricket, doesn't it?
Oh, good one. Honey bee there.
A celebration of life for Reverend...
Oh, you mean Rever Ant?
She was more like a praying mantis. But sure, Reverend Genevieve Harvey's celebration of life will be held here on Saturday, June 1st at 11 a.m., followed by an Italian-themed lunch.
Today's flowers were scheduled by Rever Aunt Genevieve weeks before her passing on May 12th.
The flowers were to celebrate her 96th birthday on May 9th and for Mother's Day. And in her memory, the center has provided the flowers today.
Well, gotta fly. Let's welcome all the little larvae.